now it's time for a real blast. Oh, excuse me.
Okay, Carrie, guess what the biggest polluter in the world is?
Cars.
No.
Factories?
No.
Tory?
Close, but no. It's the humble cow.
Cows? Seriously?
Yes, and according to this myth, cow flatulence is the biggest single contributor to global warming.
Well, as crazy as it sounds, I mean, that makes sense. Cows produce the greenhouse gas methane, and methane has 20 times the effect of carbon dioxide in global warming.
Also consider that there are over 1 billion cows in the world.
Well, I guess we have a beefy myth to bust.
Forget cars, forget factories. The inconvenient truth of this myth is that it's cows that are the world's worst polluter. But can the humble heifer really be bringing the planet to its knees?
Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can test this?
Well, why don't we just start with the basics? We'll get some cows, check out the engine room, see how much methane they produce, and then do a little math. Being that there's a billion cows in the world, we can see how bad for the environment they really are.
That sounds like a good plan, but I'm a little fuzzy on the see how much methane they produce part.
I have a rough idea for a gas catcher.
Yeah, I'm not touching that.
Well, that's precisely what the young scientists are for.
And here are the young scientists, Catherine and Alyssa. Unfortunately for them, they've got no wind of what their methane mission is all about.
Hello?
Come in. So, Catherine and Alyssa, right?
Yep.
So do you guys have any idea what myth we're gonna do?
Not really.
It's gonna be a dirty one. You might want to change your shoes.
Uh-oh.
With just enough time to say, boot scoot, they're off to a dairy farm to gather gas.
Welcome.
Are you Albert?
I'm Albert.
I'm Grant.
Dairy farmer Albert Strauss is an expert on methane gas. His famous Creamery Organic Farm's been going since 1941.
We are on the hunt for some methane, and we followed our noses here.
You came to the right place.
What we're trying to find out here today is how much methane a single cow toot would contain. And then from there, we can figure out the impact that one of these little cows has on the environment.
Luckily, the Mythbusters have plenty of experience with bovine behavior.
It's starting to feel like a bad idea.
So the young scientists are in good hands.
Give him back!
Evan slime.
The plan is to bag bovine bottom burps using a yet-to-be-patented gas grabber.
Plastic bag at the end of a pole with a string. And so when the cow lets off some gas, she pulls the string, and hopefully in that bag will be something that constitutes methane.
Slowly.
Carrie waits for the exact moment to pounce.
Grant, this is utterly disgusting.
You're doing great. Try and blend in. Oh, there's one up there, up to your right.
Oh, no, it's just
that's
poo.
a number 2.
Lucky she's got lots of backup.
I don't think they like you.
Maybe if you rub some poo on you, you'll smell more like them.
And as with all great plans,
Careful.
Easy.
Slowly.
That's good. Good, I think you got it.
I don't think they like that.
One down.
Good job.
That's not as easy as you might think it would be.
but has Carrie nabbed a bag of wind or just a bag of hot air? Only UC Davis air quality guru, Dr. Frank Mitloehner, can tell.
You've measured the wrong end. The majority of methane comes from the front end of the cow, not the back end.
Yep, you heard right. After all their effort, they've got the wrong hole.
So how is the methane produced?
The methane is produced in the rumen of the cow, the first stomach. It's very large, about 50 gallons.
50 gallons?
Yes, the microbes inside the rumen keep producing methane gas. And of course, one way or another, this methane has to come out. But the main end is the front. He's belching it out.
Inside these bovine biobubbles, they can monitor methane levels from every burp and every cow pat to levels of 1 part per billion.
So generally, how much methane does one cow produce?
Just as a rule of thumb, between 250 and 400 pounds per cow per year.
So that's 1 billion cows making 400 pounds of methane each a year. Ouch! And that's not the only bad news.
Once the manure gets old and older and stored someplace, it produces methane as well.
It's methane mayhem, all right, but what's that mean for the myth?
Okay, what have we learned so far?
Your average cow burps over 300 pounds of methane per year, which doesn't sound like a lot, but considering there are over 1 billion cows in the world, that's almost 16,000 tons of methane per hour.
And to make matters worse, as their manure rots, it creates more methane. So all in all, it's looking like cows are pretty bad for the environment.
Not so fast. I mean, while there's nothing you can do about the burps, apparently you can harvest methane from manure, which you can then use to power things.
You realize that means we have to collect poo.
Which is precisely what the young scientists are for.
And what better place to harvest this cow dung than back at the creamery?
You girls ready to see how dirty science can get?
Oh yeah.
Because of their relentless burping, the cow's character reference is taking a nosedive. But if the Mythbusters can use the methane from their dung, then their reputation may be saved.
All right, you guys, now comes the glamorous part of TV work.
And what self-respecting, up-and-coming scientist wouldn't love to get their hands on a project like this?
Who's having a good time here?
No comment.
We got 3 containers full of fresh cow dung. We're gonna take them back to the shop and try and build our own methane digester and see if we can get it to work.